You're listening to the ESO Network, your station for all things geek.
Greetings and welcome back to the Rusted Robot Podcast. You're in for episode 245 for Sunday, June the 2nd, 2019.
My name is Optimus Prime.
Hello, I am C-3PO Human Cyborg Relations.
I am Locutus, a Borg.
You're like a machine underneath, right? But sort of alive outside?
I'm a cybernetic organism, living tissue over a metal endoskeleton.
I'm an android.
These aren't the droids we're looking for.
Counterfeit, facsimile, replica.
We need some sort of robot. Ah, crap! I'm some sort of robot.
Hey, welcome back. It's Shawn.
And Josh.
Mr. Josh, it's been a couple weeks.
It has.
How have you been?
Rough.
Yeah, you were telling me about some rough work stuff.
Yeah.
But other than that?
Other than that, I'm doing okay.
Awesome. Glad to hear it. Me too. Went on that road trip with my dad and my brother. You can hear all about it on episode 103 of Soulforge Podcast.
To Soulforge with Shawn Vanderloo.
I got a question.
Okay.
What was with the 7-second clip of your fireplace?
Oh, I built a fire pit last night. Well, actually, when I was gone, Robin built a fire pit in my backyard. And I had to fix it up. And I got a fire permit yesterday. And I figured, just take a quick video of it and throw it online because I could.
7 seconds, though.
Well, that was enough. It only takes 7 seconds to see what a fire looks like.
I don't know, just saying.
Yeah, well, I didn't want to go all crazy on it.
I don't know, a minute would have done.
Well, I did take a minute-long video of Robin.
Yeah, I saw that.
You saw that one too?
Yeah.
Talking about how he's going to quit smoking after this last pack.
Good for him. Hopefully he succeeds.
Well, he wanted
It's tough.
It is tough. I know you've been at it for a while.
I know the average person quitting smoking takes 5 attempts.
Okay. I'm not sure how many attempts he's already tried. I don't think he has, actually.
That's average, so...
Right.
You know.
Well, that's why he asked me to video it for him, so that we could put it online, and then that helps him be more responsible because people are counting on him. So we'll see if that works.
That works sometimes, and other times it's like, it's random strangers on the internet, who cares?
Yeah, so we'll see.
Yeah.
Yes. So anyway, lots of geek stuff has happened in the last few weeks.
Yeah.
So why don't we just dive right in? We'll talk about all that good stuff. And here we go. So let's see what we got on the list. We wrote a few things down, a bunch of trailers and stuff. Before we get into that, Robin and I this week went and saw John Wick 3.
Ooh, okay. So how was it?
You know what? When we got out of the theater, we looked at each other and it was 9.5 out of 10.
Okay, that's post-theater.
That's post-theater because it was, I believe, 2 hours and 10 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't feel like it. And we weren't even in the luxury theater seating, so we were in the crappy seats. And it still didn't feel like a 2-hour movie. So it went by fast. But after thinking about it, story was good, action sequences were good, but they were a little bit too long. All the various fight scenes. So it was just like, it just kept going on and on and on. Like
the movie that's based around an entire fight scene?
Right.
The entire thing is supposed to be basically a fight scene?
But it was basically going from one action set piece to another action set piece. But
it's a man on the run story.
It was, but we didn't need to see as much as we saw. Like, they could have chopped them in half and made them...
I disagree, man.
Not all of them, but have you seen the film?
I have not.
Okay.
But I know I watched the other 2 John Wick films.
And they were fine.
These
were drawn out a little bit too long, it seemed.
Yeah, I don't think so. This movie is a fight scene.
Granted, it is. And all the action sequences were fantastic.
Yeah.
Just, there was a lot of them, and they were too long. Just a little bit too long in some parts.
All right, well, I'll take your word for it until I see it, but...
But it was good. It was excellent. I loved it. I'd still give it about an 8.
Okay.
8 rivets out of 10.
It's not bad.
Yeah, Yeah, I don't know. It was good. It was fun. I enjoyed it. It's better than the second film.
Well, the second film really lost the path for a minute there.
Well, And this one, of course, had a dog in it. We had Halle Berry in it. Of course, we had Ian McShane. A lot of fun action sequences. It was good. I liked it a lot. I don't know how he has the energy to keep fighting because it looks exhausting, especially with all the cuts and scrapes that he goes through. But that's John Wick, and he can do anything, I guess.
That's the whole point of him. He's a superhuman killing machine.
He definitely is. Apparently he has more kills than Jason and Michael Myers combined, they were saying.
Yeah, well, They got what? A few teenagers?
Yeah, I guess so. I don't even know.
Michael Myers has actually got a relatively low kill count, even amongst the other slasher films.
It is true. You are correct.
Because like he's after a specific target.
Yes, he is.
Which he never gets.
Also true. Spoiler alert.
For a 40-year-old movie at this point?
Yeah, 1978? Yeah. But the good news is, John Wick 4 comes out in 2021.
Okay.
So, looking forward to that as well.
We'll see if Keanu can keep it up.
I don't know. All three movies take place within a span of just a few weeks as well. So
yeah, remember he was hurt pretty bad in the first movie too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so he hasn't had a lot of chance to heal. So he keeps going. He's like the Energizer Bunny, that guy. So
well, they picked the right actor. Keanu doesn't really change.
Not too much. Yeah, good film. I definitely recommend it to people who like action adventure films.
All right.
Have you seen anything exciting recently?
No, I have been on. Like I said, I had a rough work week, so that pretty much consumed all of my efforts.
Well, anything cool on Netflix or regular TV or?
No, I haven't even watched much.
Oh man, okay. Because when I was gone for that week-long trip, it was me and my brother and Dad for a week in a motorhome. We had no TV access whatsoever. I felt like I was on a pop culture detox almost. Back at it this past week, and I've been watching Ultraman in the mornings before work on Netflix.
Yeah, how is it?
It's okay. I don't know anything about the original Ultraman. It's a young boy, the son of Ultraman, trying to gain his footing as the new Ultraman. 25 minutes of killing aliens in a robot suit in the morning before work.
Yeah, can't go wrong there.
No, no, that's right. Other than that, though, I haven't watched anything else really. Just been getting back into the regular routine of living.
The kids and the wife went to check out Detective Pikachu.
Oh, how was that?
I don't know. I didn't go.
Oh.
But
that's why you said the wife and kids went.
Yeah. I wasn't feeling well last night, so.
Oh, they went last night.
Yeah. But Katie said that she gives it an 8 out of 10.
Okay. And what does that translate for real people?
Katie's a pretty good judge.
Okay.
So that's about anything she rates, I usually am like a half point below her.
Okay.
So, yeah, she liked it a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Kids really loved it. But,
Good.
That's kids.
Well, sure.
Plus post-movie excitement and stuff. Yeah, they said that they really enjoyed it.
Well, that's all that matters.
And that I should have went with them. But I wasn't feeling well.
That's too bad. Oh. You got a kitty cat.
I got 2 kitty cats.
Yes.
The other one's still at the clinic because she was not doing well. We brought her home for one day and she was super lethargic.
Oh no!
We're like, oh no, this isn't good. She didn't eat at all. So we brought her back to the clinic and they've been feeding her and giving intravenous. And
okay.
Bringing her back up to full health, and apparently she's doing better, so we should be getting her soon.
Good.
Her name is Night Shadow.
Night Shadow, okay.
She's an all-black cat.
Mm-hmm.
On the other one, we have an orange cat, and his name is Sir Lord Caramel Butterscotch, first of his name.
That's a lot of words.
Yes, but...
You just call him Caramel for short?
We call him Caramel, yes.
Okay.
But when we go to the vets, they have to call out his full name.
Really?
Yes, because that's his full name.
Okay.
What if there's another Caramel in there?
That's true. You
call it his full name.
You wouldn't want to get confused, so that does make sense.
It's also fun to give cats really long, pretentious names.
Okay. I've never done that, but I can see
how... You've never done that with a cat?
No, but I can see how that could be fun. And I did see her running around here, and I held her and picked her up. Him. Okay, him.
Caramel's a boy.
Caramel's a boy. And
Sir Lord.
Oh, yeah, I wasn't paying attention.
It's in there twice.
You're right. I've been out of it for a while.
It's not Dame Lady.
True enough. Night Shadow's a girl?
Night Shadow's a girl.
Okay. Well,
they're brother and sister.
Oh, are they?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, Caramel is a very pretty cat and friendly, and came to see me and let me pet him, and was purring quite a bit. So that was nice.
Yeah.
I like kitty cats. I don't have one.
Well, get 7. You'll be fine.
7?
Yeah, get 7.
Okay. I'll do that.
There's always some for adoption at the Humane Society.
That is true. Yes, they are.
If you don't adopt them, they kind of have to deal with them in other ways.
Yes, and we don't want to have that happen, because then we'll have a John Wick situation on our hands. But anyway, back to pop culture. Let's see what we've got on the list here. Well, the big, huge, gigantic, gargantuan news, and if we would have podcasted last week, we would have talked about it, because we're kind of just catching up here. The Star Trek Picard trailer was dropped.
"15 years ago, today, You led us out of the darkness. You commanded the greatest rescue armada in history. Then, the unimaginable. What did that cost you? Your faith? Your faith in us? Your faith in yourself? Tell us, why did you leave Starfleet, Admiral?
Teaser. I wouldn't call that a trailer.
Yeah, it's not really a trailer. It's definitely a tease. It doesn't actually tell us anything other than Picard is an admiral, but he's out of Starfleet.
So it's taking place 50 years after the events that we
15.
have... 50.
No, 15.
15?
Yeah.
15 years ago, today.
That's not what that sounded like the lady said.
I know, but people have transcribed it, and it's 15.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's better.
Right. So it's about 20 years after Nemesis.
Okay.
So what did he rescue 15 years ago? Who knows? Because
Well, what was 15 years ago?
I don't know, because I believe Nemesis took place in 2379, and Star Trek 09 took place in 2387. So that's when Spock split the timeline.
Okay.
So it could be something to do with that. It might be something totally different.
And so it's 15 years since Event A.
Since the big rescue thing.
Yes. We don't know how long after how long that took place after the events of Nemesis.
Exactly. Although we have heard this series takes place in the year 2399. So that's exactly 20 years after Nemesis. So it's kind of murky. And who knows if that's even true. We got some stuff going on. He did the biggest rescue in history. And it's 50 year anniversary.
No, you led the biggest rescue fleet.
Yeah.
That's not the biggest rescue.
Well, it's vague. We don't know.
Because, you can lead a fleet of 10,000 ships, but if you get there and there's only one survivor...
Well, when you put it that way. But I think she's implying that he led a great mission and saved a lot of people or something.
He tried to. We know that he put the effort in, he tried to do something.
You commanded the greatest rescue armada in history.
What the results were, who knows?
But he lost faith. So, did he fail because of bureaucracy?
I don't know.
Because that's a big problem with Starfleet, is send things back, and okay, we'll talk to the admirals.
Mm-hmm.
We'll get back to you. Do nothing until then. And then
True. Now, what I have heard from other podcasts and other speculation is that this is going to be a more hopeful show than Discovery has been. It's not going to be as dark. It's the the exploration of Picard and his getting back to his faith, his roots, who he is as a person. He's been through some dark times, and he's trying to get out of it. And all the young people in the show are going to do the action stuff, I guess, and he's going to lead them or something.
He's going to be the fracking captain.
Well, that's what I'm assuming.
Right.
But who knows? Everything is saying it's a 10-episode first season and should come out sometime at the end of this year.
If they're doing a character piece on Picard,
That's
what it looks like,
that's what I think.
they don't need filler episodes.
No, definitely not.
So they don't need to pad it out to 13 or 26.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to get a tight arc, which is fine. I enjoy shows that do that.
Yeah.
Because then the whole show is about what it's supposed to be about and doesn't have filler. I enjoy shows that are just filler episodes. Like The Orville has pretty much been just filler episodes.
And they were talking about that on different things that I've been listening to. And people miss that with Discovery because we don't get the good look at the character pieces behind the scenes, who these people are as people. With a filler episode, then you get like their quirks, you just see them relaxing.
You get them being people.
Exactly. And we don't get that now in all these new series. I always say that because we gotta do the thing. We have 10 or 15 episodes, and we gotta get it all out there. We don't have time for the...
So they each have their own advantage, but if you're doing a character piece, you don't want filler episodes.
And we do have 178 episodes of Picard being Picard. So
Yeah.
we know who he is.
Yeah, we know all the stuff behind it.
Yeah.
And this is just, how has he changed? What are we seeing? So yeah, alright. I don't... Like, the whole thing makes me think, like, oh, is this all going to be taking place on the freaking vineyard?
I don't think that...
I don't think so, but how much of that scene, how much of that trailer or teaser was in the vineyard?
Most of it.
All except for that last shot of him sitting in front of two lights.
In a nice tie.
Yeah.
Yes. But there is also a rumor going around that Brent Spiner will reportedly return as Data for Star Trek Picard. It's rumor and speculation. Who knows? And nothing's been confirmed.
I thought Data was dead.
Right, but he
he transferred his knowledge
to B4.
Yeah, but before he has his knowledge, just like he had all the knowledge of all the colonists, but that doesn't make him the colonists.
It's exactly, I know.
B4 is his own person who has the memories of Data. He's got to experience his own things. Also, sorry about this, but Brent Spiner, you've aged.
Well, anyway, this article that I've come across, there's one paragraph and it says, while it's easy to assume Spiner will be reprising his role as Jean-Luc's trusted advisor, we don't have any specifics on how involved he'll be just yet. Data could simply be relegated to voice recordings, flashbacks, or dream sequences, or maybe the producers have something meatier in store for the character. Time will tell, but fans have already begun speculating.
And you can't even say, oh, we've seen him on set at the soundstage and whatnot. They're actually friends. They do actually talk and hang out.
Well, sure.
So there's no guarantee that he's even on.
No.
There's not been an announcement that he's on the cast, right?
No, there's nothing.
So let's wait on that.
Like if I go to the IMDb page right now, and I'm sure there is one. Let me just check it out here. Star Trek Picard TV series. Pilot kept under wraps, described as a follow-up series to Star Trek The Next Generation. And we've got cast, we've got Santiago Cabrera, Patrick Stewart. Patrick Stewart's second in the cast in IMDb. It looks like...
Sir.
Yeah, it doesn't say sir on his IMDb. No. Ilsa Bronies, Ellison Pill, Harry Treadway, even Eva Goria, Michelle Hurd, Niralda Bega, somebody named Jeffrey Lynn with no picture, Landry Albright, and Lil Corey. So nothing about anybody else that we know of. And some of these people don't even have pictures in their IMDb. So no idea what it's about, when it's taking place, or who's in it. So other than those guys.
So not a lot of information.
There's very little information other than that we're going to get this series by the end of the year sometime.
All right.
And it may or may not have Brent Spiner in it.
Yeah, I'd like to see where the source of the rumors are, because
right,
I could start throwing rumors out too. They're rumors.
That's right. So Jonathan Frakes is busy directing episodes 3 and 4. So maybe he'll put himself in as a cameo as Riker, Admiral Riker, or Captain Riker of the Titan, or who knows what, right?
Well, he still has yet to make his cameo on Discovery.
Other than directing a few episodes.
Yeah, he needs to be in it.
Well, he does need to be in it because...
Riker needs to be in it.
Yes, because he's been on all the series.
Not him as a background character. No. We need Riker.
Yeah, we do. Yeah, because he's been in every series since Next Gen.
Yeah.
So, definitely. I agree.
Him and Q.
Yeah, I would like to see that, actually. Hello, Jean-Luc. So, did you know that this weekend coming up is the release of Dark Phoenix, the latest X-Men installment?
The last of the X-Men installments.
Under the Fox Corporation, not owned by Disney, yes. Are we excited about this?
Nope.
You're not?
Nope.
Huh. Okay.
I haven't watched the last 3 movies.
Oh, really?
No.
Oh. You still haven't got around to it, eh?
Nope. I don't intend to.
What if I force you? I'll tie you down and make you watch X-Men movies. All 12 of them or whatever there is.
No, you won't.
Okay. Yeah, I don't think I will.
Because then you'd have to watch them with me.
Oh, I have to be there too?
Yeah.
That's okay because I own them all, so that's okay.
Do you?
I got them all.
Why?
Because I like them. I know they're not the greatest, but I also own all the Transformers films too, and I know they're not the greatest.
All right. Shawn likes throwing his money around.
Yes, I do. So anyway, Godzilla came out this weekend. I have not heard any reviews or anything about it.
Godzilla came out this weekend?
Yeah, the May 31st. And as we're recording, it's June 1st, and this will come out June 2nd.
I did not know it was out.
It's out. Yeah, and I haven't heard anything. Like, there's nothing online.
I thought it was out later.
No.
I am now very confused.
Are you?
Yeah.
Oh.
I have to take Kay to that.
Yeah, you do. Yeah.
I gotta find a babysitter now.
So it's out as we speak, and next weekend is Dark Phoenix. Things are coming out. It's the summer season, but I haven't heard anything about it. Nothing.
Well,
which is weird.
That is weird.
Because usually I hear something at least, but like just pulling up my Facebook, and normally there's like, oh, Godzilla's doing great, or it's not making anything, but there's no information whatsoever.
Hi, I'm Hugo Award-winning science fiction writer Robert J. Sawyer, and you're listening to the Rusted Robot Podcast.
Okay, so we just looked it up. On Friday, it made just under $20 million in North America. Very underwhelming at the box office. It's 40% on Rotten Tomatoes. It did make $20 million opening day in China, but it's not well received. There's no redemptive narrative arc, and people just don't care. So,
but it's giant fighting monsters.
That's what we said all along. So we'll have to wait and see, because this is just a couple days in. But it's not doing well. It's in a crowded summer season with John Wick and Aladdin doing very well at the box office. So
yeah, it's got bad timing, but giant monsters.
Right, exactly.
Kaiju.
Gojira.
I thought it was next week that was releasing.
No, it's this weekend, as we're speaking. And you just are going to go take your wife to see that tonight.
I booked my tickets.
You booked your
while
tickets.
We paused the recording.
While we paused the recording, that's right, you did. So that's awesome. So you'll have to give us a review next weekend.
I will.
It's very exciting. All right. You know what? This is a good spot right here to pause for station identification. That means we are here on the ESO network, and we have a promo for another podcast.
Why should I listen to the Nerd Bliss podcast?
Because we go there.
Where?
Everywhere.
Human sexuality.
They don't care what's in your pants, they love you anyway.
Time travelers.
The problem is time will back with you.
Politics and fandom.
What Star Wars has been prior to Disney. It is a white male-driven universe.
Find us at nerdblisspodcast.com.
And on social media at NerdBlissPod, part of this complete breakfast and the ESO network.
The Nerd Bliss Podcast.
Listen!
And that was another promo for another podcast here on the ESO network. Check it out. Since we're doing trailers and movies and things like that, we've got two other big trailers that have recently come out. Which one should we talk about first?
Do them in the order they're written down.
Okay, well here it is. Oh, you know what I didn't even mention when we were talking about Star Trek? The documentary, What We Leave Behind, or What We Left Behind for Deep Space Nine came out on May 13th. It was a one-day only in theaters thing. Did you hear anything about that?
Nope.
Okay, well, since I listen to a lot of Star Trek podcasts, I heard lots about it, and it was very well received. Of course, some theaters were empty, because people don't care, and it was only limited release. But other places were packed, and there were some of the stars of the show in the bigger towns, like Los Angeles and whatever. But it's coming out on DVD and Blu-ray August 6th, and one of the highlights is that they had the behind-the-scenes stuff, and they had some HD footage of certain battle scenes, but they had a writer's room get-together. They got all the writers back together again and imagined what Season 8 would be like 20 years later. So apparently that's a highlight of the film. Okay.
Well, a lot of bad things happened on August 6th, so we'll leave that.
Oh, boy. Yes. Okay. So, yeah, that's Deep Space Nine. But let's talk about Terminator Dark Fate trailer.
2 days ago, I had this nice, simple life. And now it's a nightmare.
If travel is searching and home has been found, I'm not stopping.
Who are you?
My name is Sarah Connor. Never seen one like you before. Almost human.
I am human. Why do you care what happens to her?
Because I was her.
How do we win? We win by keeping you alive.
I'm going hunting.
I'm excited, Josh. This looks really good. You know, it's a good Terminator film because there's the big action set piece on the highway, the big fight on the highway. That's a highlight of a James Cameron Terminator film right there.
So we'll see. This trailer does not give me either excitement or foreboding.
Oh, it tells us absolutely nothing about the film either. But the effects look amazing.
So like, we'll see what comes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks okay. Graphics look good.
Mm-hmm. Linda Hamilton's back, ignoring her death in episode or movie 3.
Yeah, but there's a whole lot of timey-wimey stuff going on here.
The timelines have been split all over the place in this franchise.
Because each movie changes the events of the next movie, which changes the events of the previous movie.
Yes.
Because remember, we also have Genesis.
Yes, we do. Which was the last one.
Which changed the timeline.
Yeah.
Right? And then we have the Sarah Connor Chronicles.
True.
Which changed the timeline.
Yeah.
They skip over her death. Mm-hmm. And she doesn't end up getting cancer.
Right.
So, time travel.
It's all over the place. Yep. How many split off lines are there?
And which branch of the loop did this particular line come from? So, like, is this broken off of line 1? Is it broken off of line 2? Probably. Probably doesn't break off of line 3 because she's dead.
Yeah, from what I understand, totally ignoring movies 3, 4, and 5, and this is just like Terminator 3.
Well,
for real this time.
3 and 5 can be ignored because they all take place in the time stream.
And then there's Salvation, which is kind of like just a branch off.
Salvation takes place all in the future.
Exactly.
So, it doesn't matter.
No.
In the timey-wimey stuff?
Right, because it's just like a separate story.
Yeah, it's its own story in the Terminator universe, but it doesn't change the time travel thing.
Right, exactly.
So it's fine.
It's fine, it's okay.
It doesn't affect the timeline.
No, it doesn't. Are you going to go see this in theater with me? Sometime?
Maybe.
I think it was saying November or something.
What else is coming out in November?
I don't know.
That's the question.
I'm sure you can see more than one movie in November, right?
Maybe.
November's not a busy time of year.
Not for you. That's pre-Christmas season.
Yeah. Meaning?
Meaning it's really busy for Katie and I.
Meaning you can't take 2 hours out of your schedule to hang out with your good buddy Shawn and watch a Terminator film?
I can take 2 hours out of my schedule to do that.
See, good. Then we'll go see it together. Awesome.
Unless there's something else going on.
Oh, man. Okay. All right.
See, like, what if they're like, oh, hey, look, here's this fantastic movie that, it's a new film that's getting us all super excited that we kept under wraps up until getting close to release.
Right. Oh, you know what that means? Double feature.
No, I can take 2 hours out of my schedule in November, Shawn.
Okay. Whatever, Josh. It's all good. It's all good. Anyway, I'm glad to see Linda Hamilton back. We just caught a brief glimpse of Arnie with a beard when he opened up the cabin door. It's probably Sarah Connor's mother's cabinet, Big Bear, but who could say, right?
Yeah, I think that would have been confiscated a long time ago.
You would think.
With all her crimes against computer companies.
You would think so. Yeah. But anyway, I'm excited. Looking forward to it.
Now, if that's the Terminator, the T-800.
Yeah.
So does this take place in the same linear branch as the last one?
Like Genesis?
Yeah.
Because he was an old man Termy.
Yeah, and he's gotten even older?
I don't know. Because he died at the end of number 2 with his thumbs up in the fire barrel.
Yeah.
So, who could this one be? Maybe it's the creator. Maybe it's the model for that one. Who knows?
The crazy guy? The guy with the weird accent? He's got the southern accent?
Who? What? I don't know. It's very confusing. I don't know what it is.
Gunnery Sergeant Candy?
What is this from?
You do not remember this cut scene?
No.
Okay, it's a cut scene from number 3. They're talking about how they model the face after him, but he's got a deep southern accent. Y'all gonna do all these kind of crazy things with me? Woo-wee!
But it was Arnold.
It was Arnold. And
was that a deleted scene?
It was a cut scene, yeah.
Okay.
And the guy's like, oh, it's the one general's talking to the other guy, and he's like, oh, look at him, but the voice. And they turn to this posh-looking scientist guy, and he's like, we will fix it in post.
Nice. I don't remember that.
No, you don't see that?
No, maybe I've seen it.
Okay, you got to look it up after.
I do. You're right. Okay, we got a trailer for Rambo: Last Blood.
I've lived in a world of death. I've watched people I've loved die. Some fast with a bullet. Some not enough left to bury.
Yeah, I'm gonna take my horse to the old town road. I'm gonna ride till I can't no more.
All these years I've kept my secrets. But the time has come to face my past. And if it comes looking for me, they will welcome death. I want revenge.
Ride till I can't no more.
I want them to know that death is coming. And there's nothing they can do to stop it.
This looks... What do you think? What does it look like? Does it look good? It looks good. I think it looks good. I like not Arnold, Sylvester.
So, we don't get a good idea of who the quote-unquote bad guys are in this movie.
No, we don't.
If they are what I think they are...
Uh-huh. Looks like a drug cartel.
Yeah. It's not going to be a good movie.
No, you don't think so?
No. We've seen this movie several times already.
But it's Rambo this time.
Doesn't matter. It's the same thing. Drug cartel gonna attack this guy because he hurt one of their guys or some crap like that.
Mm-hmm.
And it's guy defending his home from the cartel and killing all of them.
Yeah, it looks like a lot of killing.
Yeah.
They drew first blood and he's going to draw last blood.
Except that does not fit. If you want to bookend the Rambo movies, you got to bookend them properly.
Should have gone back to that town or something.
Something.
Mm-hmm.
Don't make it about white power fantasies of killing all the crazy
Mexican drug lords.
Yeah,
right.
Like this is playing to the racists in the
Southern
rural
hostility.
areas.
Yes.
I got my guns. I'm gonna defend my home from all these,
invaders.
Racial slur, racial slur, racial slur.
Well, it could be that, or it could just be a fun action movie where there's a lot of killing and blowing up stuff.
I liked Rambo. First Blood was a fantastic movie.
It's a classic. It's awesome.
But it has meaning.
Yeah, it does.
It is an action film that you go, yeah, I understand this.
You can see the point behind it all.
Yeah. This one seems like I need money.
Well, maybe. But he's 72. Does he really need the money?
Yeah.
Maybe for a good retirement home?
Yep. He's 72 in the United States where, medicine is expensive. And healthcare is expensive.
Right, so time for Expendables 4 as well.
I have no doubt that's coming.
I think I heard a rumor that there was.
Yeah, he needs money.
Well, we all do, right? So, yeah, so there's that. I'm going to go see it in the theater because I was too young to see the first one in the theater.
Well, yeah, but it's still a fantastic watch.
It is, and I own it on Blu-ray, and I enjoy it immensely, and I'm hoping this is good too. I can't say just as good because it won't be, but we'll see. I'll go see it in the theater. Are you going to go see it in the theater?
Probably not.
Probably not.
I'll wait for another trailer to tell me who the bad guys are. Because
Yep.
this one really doesn't define who the bad guys are.
No, doesn't really. That's both these trailers, actually all three trailers, really don't say much about what the story actually is.
Well, Picard is a teaser.
Yeah, hey, it's coming, here's some footage.
Dark gives us a little bit more.
Dark Fate does give us a little bit more.
They are no longer after Sarah Connor.
Right.
They're after somebody else.
Yes, some young kid.
Where's John?
That's a good question. Where is John?
Right.
Where is John?
So it's all new. So okay,
Mhm.
we get the idea. They're after somebody else now, and Sarah's like, "I'm here to help you the way nobody came to help me." Even though Reese came to help her, but whatever.
We will just ignore that part.
Yeah. This one, it's going to be a solid action scene.
Oh, definitely.
But does it have anything to bookend the series properly?
Don't know. Have to wait. We'll see. I'll go see both of those in theater and give a report, and maybe you'll come with me for some of them. Who knows? Okay, so let's talk a little bit about future of transportation. And I got an expert on that for you, Josh. I've got Paul Wright, our UK correspondent, with a special bulletin, a special report for us right here on the Rusted Robot Podcast.
Hello and welcome to the June edition of the UK Correspondent. I'm Furbob, and this month I want to talk to you about the future of long-distance travel. Over the last few years, various plans have been put forward to reduce the travel time between major cities. Quite a few companies, Virgin being one of them, had designs on a shuttle-type craft that could blast off from one city, fly at the edge of space, and re-enter the atmosphere, landing like a regular plane. However, the space shuttle showed how hard that could be. The amount of time required to ready the shuttle for the next flight prohibited it from being used as a commercial means of transportation. It was also still using 1970s technology. But with technology not only in electronics but materials as well advancing so quickly, Elon Musk has shown that a rocket can take off and land vertically, therefore saving the need for long runways. Now that SpaceX has developed, built and proven the Falcon 9 rocket can take off and land in the Earth's atmosphere, Elon Musk wants to produce a rocket capable of transporting 100 people from one side of the planet to the other in 30 minutes. In an ambitious video available on YouTube, passengers are seen being taken by boat to an offshore launch facility just outside New York. Once called the BFR, which stands for the Big Falcon rocket, now called Starship, is seen to take off, jettison its booster, which then returns to the launch facility in New York. Starship flies at maximum speed of 27,000 km per hour before landing at an identical offshore launch pad outside Shanghai 39 minutes later. This would mean that a flight from Hong Kong to Singapore would take 22 minutes, Toronto to Los Angeles 24 minutes, Bangkok to Dubai 27 minutes, Tokyo to Singapore 28 minutes, London to Dubai 29 minutes, Delhi to San Francisco 40 minutes, Los Angeles to Honolulu 25 minutes. Anywhere on Earth in under an hour. Gwyn Shotwell was employee number 7 at Elon Musk's pioneering aerospace company and is now its president. Here she is talking to TED curator Chris Anderson from last year's TED Talk. If you have any doubts that Starship Super Heavy Earth-to-Earth will take place Listen to the conviction in her voice.
This is basically space travel for Earthlings. I can't wait for this residual capability. Basically, what we're going to do is we're going to fly BFR like an aircraft and do point-to-point travel on Earth. So you can take off from New York City or Vancouver and fly halfway across the globe. You'll be on the BFR for roughly half an hour or 40 minutes. And the longest part of that, yeah, it's so awesome. The longest part of that flight is actually the boat out and back.
I mean, Gwen, come on. This is awesome, but it's crazy, right? Like, this is never going to actually happen.
Oh, no, it's definitely going to happen. This is definitely going to happen.
But what about the cost of a ticket? Well, think about the cost of a flight in 1955 in the early years of international flying. A flight from Perth in Australia to London was only for the rich and famous, and in today's money would cost £18,000, or 31,000 Canadian dollars, around 23,000 US dollars. Today, that same flight can be made in a fraction of the time for £700, 1,290 Canadian dollars, or just under 900 US dollars. So the cost of a flight in a SpaceX Starship, what would that be?
So you really believe this is going to be deployed at some point in our amazing future? When? When do you...
Within a decade, for sure.
And this is Gwyn time or Elon time?
That's Gwyn time. I'm sure Elon will want us to go faster.
So we're going to test. So within 10 years, an economy price ticket, or like a
I think it'll be
a couple $1,000
yes.
per person to
yes.
fly New York to Shanghai.
Yeah, I think it'd be between economy and business. But you do it in an hour.
So 2,000 US dollars, or 2,680 Canadian dollars, or about just over £1,500, and it will happen in the next 10 years. But what options are there for travelling across the ground? What if you only need to go from, let's say, London to Edinburgh, or Toronto to Los Angeles? Step forward Virgin Hyperloop One. Virgin Hyperloop One, formerly Hyperloop Technologies, and Hyperloop One, is an American transportation technology company that is working to commercialize the high-speed technology concept called Hyperloop. The company was established on June 1st, 2014, and reorganized and renamed 3 years later in October 2017. Hyperloop systems are intended to move passengers and/or cargo at airline speeds at a fraction of the cost of air travel. The concept of Hyperloop transportation was first introduced by Elon Musk on August 12, 2013. The planned route runs from Los Angeles, California to Las Vegas, Nevada. The original Hyperloop concept is proposed to use a linear electric motor to accelerate and decelerate an electromagnetically levitated pod through a low-pressure tube. The vehicle would glide silently for miles at speeds of up to 760 miles per hour, as explained in this audio excerpt from the promotional video.
Imagine travelling non-stop at up to 670 miles per hour, above land or underground. This is Hyperloop, a new mode of transportation that has been developed by Hyperloop One. It starts with an electric motor, which is broken up into two basic components: the rotor, which rotates, and the stator, which is stationary. The stator is an electromagnet, so when an electric current passes through it, the rotor is magnetically attracted to spin. Unlike a normal electric motor, the Hyperloop One motor isn't circular, it's linear. And the rotor is on the pod, which is propelled magnetically as it moves over the stator. Hyperloop One's unique technology uses magnetic levitation to guide and lift the pod off the track. Nearly all of the air inside the Hyperloop tube is removed using a series of vacuum pumps. This effectively creates our own sky inside the tube, as if you were quietly flying at 200,000 feet above sea level. This reduces drag so only the smallest amount of electricity is needed to achieve extraordinary speeds, and creates a more cost and energy efficient system than high-speed rail or airline transport. Hyperloop One will be automated by the most advanced systems in the world, allowing a safe and efficient journey that's never delayed or overbooked. Hyperloop is the first new form of public transportation in over 100 years. Fundamentally, it will change the way we travel, work, and live. Welcome to the future. Welcome to Hyperloop One.
But why, if the Hyperloop is in a vacuum, does it make that distinctive wailing sound?
The reason XP-1 makes sound is because we needed a suspension to put the pod on. So we have the levitation engine, and we've got the vehicle, and between them is a suspension, kind of like a car suspension. Now, a suspension is designed to smooth out some frequencies and let other frequencies through. The sound of XP-1 is the sound of the natural vibration nodes in the suspension of the vehicle. The reason you hear sound in our evacuated environment is because the things that are in air, that are in contact with that vacuum, and most importantly in contact with the levitation fields, make the sound. The sound is not passing through the vacuum. The magnetic fields that are doing suspension are interacting with solid matter on the vehicle side and on the way side, are making sound.
So time travel between cities across countries or even continents could be drastically reduced with the Virgin Hyperloop 1. Travel time between cities around the world will be drastically reduced by Starship. This is the future of the world of travel as we see it now. In 10 or 15 years, these pioneering modes of transport could be the norm. But what did the future look like 60 or 70 years ago? And are we living in that future now? The answer to that question will be in next month's edition of the UK Correspondent. Thank you very much for listening. I will return you now back to the Rusted Robot podcast in the Valley of Vanderloo.
And wasn't that great?
Okay, so thank you, Paul. I appreciate the work you put in. I am always dubious about the Hyperloop.
Because we've been hearing about it for a long time.
Well, that's just any major project like that. You're going to hear about it for a long time before they do anything.
Right.
The more you think about it, though, the Hyperloop is a significant problem.
Why is that?
Because you have to get the thing down to a near vacuum state. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
And you want it to be hundreds of miles long?
Well, it is hundreds of miles to get from New York to Los Angeles.
Well, it's thousands of miles.
Right, I know.
But even hundreds of miles long, you have to evacuate an entire chamber of that size down to near vacuum, and then you have to maintain it there without any leaks.
I see your point.
In a shifting environment.
Yes.
Which means you'd have to be constantly applying more vacuum to the thing, and at that length you'll have localized pressure effects. And then you have to maintain a structure strong enough to maintain that without any leaks over that distance, without fail.
So there are definitely some engineering challenges, is what you're saying.
There are some significant engineering issues.
Yeah.
And as they haven't built a working prototype yet...
That we know of.
No, they had a challenge to design the pods, and they didn't have a working prototype of the tube.
Ah, okay.
So, and we're not even talking about getting into a true vacuum. We're just talking about getting into a near vacuum.
Right, exactly.
And even then, have you ever seen a vacuum pump working to get the thing down to near vacuum?
Maybe on TV.
Okay. It takes a long time to suck out all the air.
Oh, of course.
Because there's a lot of air to take out.
Yes.
It'll take out 1% of the air with each pump, let's say.
Okay.
But the pressure is decreasing each one. So the amount of air being taken out with each pump gets lower and lower. It takes longer and longer to get closer to vacuum.
Okay, that makes sense.
Okay. You want a thing that is 10 feet circular by 100 miles long. That is a lot of air to pull out.
That's quite a...
And maintain near vacuum.
Right. So,
engineering-wise, I'm dubious that we could ever build a Hyperloop with the modern materials that we have.
Yeah, it seems...
And a more efficient way to go would just be build a high-speed rail.
Magnetic glove.
Like, you got some of the high-speed rails out in Japan that are insanely fast.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so there's all kinds of different things. I am looking forward to hearing what Paul has to say next month about the history of the future and all that. Thanks again, Paul.
I appreciate it.
Yes.
The rockets are pretty cool idea.
That's awesome. If that actually happens, if they actually do it for real.
Have you watched one of the SpaceX?
Oh yeah, I've watched it
the
live on
launch?
Facebook. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah,
it's good stuff.
Very 1950s, with the rocket deploying its legs and landing straight up.
Yeah, I love it. It's pretty great. Yes. So just a few things left to wrap up the show this week. We did get the kind of a teaser poster for the Masters of the Universe film. That's pretty much all the news there is.
Yeah, because there has not been a lot out about it.
No, it's gray on gray. Masters of the Universe coming March 2021, it says. Whether that's true or not, who knows? Because they've been talking about this for the last 10 years, and there's an article that I shared on our Facebook page talking about it, and it says it was in this director's hand, it was in this director's hand, the script's been written 17 different times, it's been moving all over the place.
So that can be one of two things. Either nobody knows what the hell they're doing,
and
it's just being tossed about willy-nilly.
Like a hot potato.
Yeah. Or has it been running with the same production company the entire time?
I think it's with Sony. Yeah, I know, that does never bode well.
Okay, it could be that the person who is in charge of the project is somebody who really cares about the project.
Mm-hmm.
Doubtful, but let's say. And he keeps rejecting all the things that everybody's coming to him with. And that's why it's taking so long, because he really cares. Either that, or it's a garbage fire and nobody knows what to do with it.
I'm going to go with a possible garbage fire, but there's always hope that it might actually turn out to be a really cool thing. You just never know. Maybe it'll magically get to the right people, and everything will be okay.
What was it, Ant-Man that they jumped around for a while with?
I'm not sure.
It was one of them. They had problems with things jumping around, and it turned out good.
Okay.
So, it can happen. It could be that the person in charge wants the good product, and everybody's bringing him garbage, and he's like, no.
Yeah.
Too big. It's either going to be good or terrible.
Yeah, there's no.
This is not going to be a mediocre film.
Nope. That's a guarantee. That's for sure. In other news, did you ever watch Quantum Leap?
I did. I enjoyed Quantum Leap.
Okay, an article on our Facebook page that says here, long-lost alternate ending footage for the classic sci-fi series has suddenly surfaced online after 26 years. And basically, let me see here, find the part in the article. It's all about the history. It was originally planned that Sam's meeting with a godlike bartender would indeed set up a 6th season of adventures, this time with Sam leaping through time as himself instead of taking the place of another person. Now, a long-lost alternate ending scene designed to set up Quantum Leap's 6th season has stunned fans by surfacing online. This scene features Al and his wife Beth following Sam going back in time to save their marriage in the now series finale. They're discussing the Project Quantum Leap's continued search for its leader. The audio is rough, but enough is audible to confirm that this ending matches an alternate ending script that surfaced previously on the fan site Al's Place. And apparently there's audio that you can hear, but I never found it in this article. So these articles that I come across usually aren't very good, but it's cool that there is some alternate footage after all these decades. And I loved Quantum Leap as a kid.
It ended terribly.
It ended terribly, yes, from what I remember.
Well, it just ended with a script at the end of the episode with him saying that he never makes it home.
Right, and that was sad. That's not right.
And, if you take into consideration that Al is progressing through time normally,
mm-hmm.
whereas he's stuck jumping through time. He doesn't age.
Exactly.
Which means his friend's going to die and stop coming.
Yes.
Which means Ziggy's not going to be able to help anymore.
Because it's just Sam by himself for eternity.
Jumping from thing to thing.
Hoping to put right.
Eventually he will be everybody.
Yep, pretty much.
Because at some point he's going to jump into a point where he already is another person.
Oh, yeah.
Because
Sam as himself playing the other guy. Right.
Because eventually Sam's going to jump enough times through all of time
that he'll be repeating the same spot.
Not repeating the same spot. He will be you, trying to correct the timeline that you are in the events,
mm-hmm.
and he will be me, making sure that the events go a certain way.
Right.
So eventually Sam will be everybody.
Yes.
All the time.
All the time, that's right.
It will be Sam.
Sounds exhausting.
And it will have always been Sam.
Yes.
We are Sam.
We are Sam. Sam I am. With that mind twister, Ridley Scott is back in...
You mean Sam?
Yes. Sam Lee Scott is writing and directing the third Alien prequel, according to a new report. Its proposed film title, Alien Awakening, is a direct follow-up to 2017's Alien Covenant and 2012's Prometheus. It's reportedly being scripted as we speak, and Ridley Scott is coming back to direct what will be the third Alien prequel. And this news comes as 20th Century Fox celebrates the 40th anniversary with the release of Alien in 1979. So Disney actually hasn't confirmed this, and it won't be under the Disney banner. That's why they're keeping Fox and 20th Century, whatever. But Ridley's / Sam is working on the script, and he's hoping to have it out. Didn't even say when he's hoping to have it out. Actually.
So, no.
No?
No.
You think that's pretty much done?
Yeah, no. Prometheus, bad. Covenant, bad.
Yeah, Covenant was worse than Prometheus. Prometheus was pretty good if you didn't consider it as part of the Alien series.
But he's pushing it.
Oh,
he's part of the Alien series. It's
yeah.
canon. This is what it is. Everything else that you all knew, it doesn't make sense. It's like now, it doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make sense. This is true. So, yeah, I don't know. Not good. Unless he turns it around and makes something super spectacular, I don't think it's going to be very good.
I don't think so either. And I don't think it is. I think he's too far up his own butt on this.
And he's pretty old. Yeah. But we'll have to wait and see what happens.
I think he's...
Because Disney did say they want more Alien films. So...
Yeah, they want more Alien films.
Yes.
They don't want more Prometheus films.
Right, that's true.
They're going to correct that stuff quick.
Oh, for sure, because Disney is a well-oiled machine and they know what they're doing. They know what they're doing.
Disney has sub-branches, right?
Exactly.
And those branches are controlled by different people.
Yes.
And some have it figured out to a T.
Like the Marvel part.
Feige.
Yep.
He knows what he's doing.
Yep.
He's got a plan. They're running the plan.
Yes, definitely.
Other people are throwing crap at the wall and just going, yeah, that sticks.
Star Wars.
Kathleen Kennedy.
Right.
So we'll see who they throw in charge of, I don't know, their horror division? I don't know what this will be.
Oh, yeah.
Because, like, it's taking over the Fox's project. So Fox, it's got to get distributed amongst, like, Fox Animation is going to go under the animation banner.
Yeah. So
all that stuff's going to go there.
Mm-hmm.
Fox Kids, it's going to be absorbed by the Disney Kids stuff.
Right.
The rest of the stuff's either going to get their own division, it's the television side.
It's an upsy-downsy, topsy-turnsy place over at Disney right now, so
we gotta see how it settles out with who's in charge of what and doing what.
Either way, we're in for a wide variety of different things in the next few years. And it's a scary, exciting time for pop culture nerds like us.
We'll see.
We will see what happens.
We'll see who goes where and who does what.
That's right. And now
they're all Sam.
They're all Sam. And now what I have to do is go home and watch Chain of Command Part 1 and 2 because I am going to be a guest on the Battle Bridge podcast with James and Lou this afternoon.
Oh, so you're doing 2 in a day.
2 in a day. That's correct.
You're going to record Soul Forge tonight just to get 3 in a row?
I think that would be too exhausting.
All right. Well, I think you should. I think you should push your limits. Get 3 podcasts in a day.
Oh, I've done 3 podcasts in a day before.
Well, then do 4.
Yeah, okay.
Start a new podcast.
I don't want to.
Yeah, new podcast.
Yeah, what should we call it?
Why am I doing this? Questioning the reasons you do things.
That's Soul Forge.
No. The Soul Forge is about examining yourself and understanding.
Yeah.
This is a literal why.
Oh.
Why do I open the fridge from the left-hand side?
Okay.
Why didn't I put the door so that it opens from the right-hand side?
I think nobody would listen to this.
Nope. I think thousands of people will listen to it.
And I could have sponsors.
Yeah.
And people who would pay for the stuff.
Like, do you remember that show, How Did This Get Made?
Yeah.
And it's literally just how they make things.
Mm-hmm.
I think you should do the same thing, but why you do things.
I'll give it some serious consideration. Yeah. Okay, sounds good. All right, so that's the end of Rusted Robot 245 for this week. Good podcasting with you again, sir, because it's been a while. At least 2 weeks.
2 weeks. It has.
So...
I'm guessing there was a 2 weeks right there.
There's going to be when I edit. Because it's been a while. So, anyways, people who don't know what that's from, it's from Total Recall, 1990, Arnold Schwarzenegger.
How can you not know?
People don't know everything. That's 30 years ago now, Josh. Some people haven't seen that.
Quiet.
I know, right? Makes you feel old. Anyway, listeners, thanks for coming by. Check us out on Facebook.com. Check us out at therustedrobot.podbean.com for all our social media links. And remember, you have spent an infinity years not being born yet, and you will spend another infinity years being dead. Finish your cereal and go outside. You have been listening to the Rusted Robot Podcast. To contact the show, email therustedrobot@gmail.com or tweet us at therustedrobot. Join the Facebook page and group, and visit the website at therustedrobot.podbean.com. The Rusted Robot Podcast was put together by Shawn and Josh and the Rusty crew. Please remember to check out our other show, the Soulforge Podcast. Visit Jump City Comics in the 101 Mall and leave a glowing review in your chosen podcast app. Thank you, and have a geeky day.
The Rusted Robot Podcast. Think about it.
Parker. Yeah.
Well, wherever Sam has leaped, he's still himself.
Because no one's in the waiting room.
Yeah, and we're going to start a nanosecond search in the morning, but that'll take months. By then, he will have leaped again.
Why months? It didn't take you months to find him.
I must have just got lucky.
Luck, Admiral Calavisi had nothing to do with it. The two of you are so close, it makes me envious. You'll find him.
I'm not you so sure.
I guess that's what friends for.
This has been a broadcast of the ESO Network. Be part of the crew and help support our shows by donating to our ESO Patreon or by shopping through Amazon.com or the TeePublic store, which can all be found at www.esonetwork.com. The ESO Network, your station for all things geek.